Skincare products can do a whole lot for us, obviously, but if you happen to be deficient in one of these three vitamins, it can undo even the most expensive products, even procedures. And I'm going to share with you what those three vitamins are in today's video. Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Happy Saturday. You know, if you've been listening to me for a while, you know that I talk a whole lot about good skincare practice from the inside out. And when it comes to anti-aging skincare, that's right up there with protecting your skin from the damaging effects of the sun. But there are three vitamin nutrients that have been found to have a profound effect on the aging process for both our body and our skin. So let's dive in. The first is vitamin D, that's actually responsible for the expression of over 900 genes in the body. Recent studies have found a direct link between vitamin D deficiency and a multitude of diseases, and a deficiency in this vitamin has been linked to a shorter lifespan. And everybody wants to live longer, right? Now, there are several reasons why you could be deficient in vitamin D. Part of it could be where you live. If you live in the northern climates, like I did for a long time, I lived in Pennsylvania, pretty darn far away from the equator. In the winter, you got very little sunlight. I myself even experienced SAD, seasonal affective disorder, when I lived there. So the amount of sunlight you receive in the wintertime being much less can lead to vitamin D deficiencies. And those of you who live in sunny climates like Southern California, Texas, and here in Florida, you're not off the hook, because air particulate matter pollution can actually reflect some of that needed sunlight that your body uses to convert and create vitamin D. Which leads us to talk about sunscreen. There is a giant myth that says if you wear sunscreen and you wear it all the time, you're going to be deficient. And I got to tell you guys, I always go with the science of these things. They have studied this, and I'm not talking about the sunscreen manufacturing companies. Great studies have been done through Harvard and other medical institutions. In these studies, people who wear sunscreen on a regular basis do not have vitamin D deficiencies when compared to people who don't or use a placebo. So the science says, unless you're completely blocking out the sun, you're going to be able to manufacture enough vitamin D, even using that very important sun protection. And the most common reasons why we see deficiency in vitamin D in folks is age and also being overweight. If you're overweight, your body fat can actually absorb or soak up the vitamin D you're manufacturing. And initially, we all thought body fat would just be a way for you to store vitamin D. But what we found in studies is when it comes time for the body to take that vitamin D from the fat, it is not bioavailable, so it doesn't do you any good. And of course, as we get older, when a lot of metabolic processes tend to slow, vitamin D production appears to be one of those. So your age can definitely be a factor. Here is why the appropriate amount of vitamin D in your body is so important. First of all, deficiency in vitamin D can lead to metabolic syndrome, which is additional and extra inflammation in your body. The next issue deficiency in vitamin D can cause is shorter telomeres. They did a study of over 2,000 women who are vitamin D deficient and found that as compared to women in the same age group, health category, telomeres were much shorter in the women who were vitamin D deficient than those who were not. Keeping in mind that those telomeres regulate how quickly we age because they regulate how DNA is produced and replicated in your cells. In other words, they protect you, your cells, and your DNA from damage. And perhaps the one thing that's most important to most of you watching this video is accelerated skin aging. Studies have found that when vitamin D deficiency is occurring, your skin actually is not as able to protect itself from the negative effects of UVB light. I know, what a contradiction. You need some light to produce the vitamin D, but if you're deficient in vitamin D, your skin can't protect itself against the damage of UVA, UVB light as well. Now, before anyone runs out and starts pumping the vitamin D, you need to go to a medical professional and have yourself tested to make sure you're deficient, because it does not help you to supplement if you already have the correct levels. And in fact, it could be harmful. So always a good idea to have your blood tested so you know what nutrients that you need or may be deficient in, so you have a full spectrum plan to create the best health outcomes for you and your skin possible. Next up is vitamin K, and we're talking about vitamin K2. There are two of them, vitamin K1, which we usually associate with blood clotting, and vitamin K2, which has been found in study after study to help reverse, yes, actually help reverse and prevent aging and degradation of collagen and elastin fibers in the skin. That's really all I need to say about it when it comes to skin health, but there's so much more to vitamin K2 and how it can improve your overall health. Vitamin K2 helps your body distribute calcium, we'll call it correctly, so that it doesn't build up in the arteries and calcify in the brain, which can lead to problems like arteriosclerosis and has been linked to dementia and cognitive disability. So, very important that we get this nutrient. The problem is it's hard to get a lot of vitamin K2 from plant or animal material. So you really do need to look at doing a supplement of vitamin K2. Also make sure the supplement contains vitamin D3. For anti-aging purposes, it's often the shrinking of the bones of the face that causes skin sagging, and that's men and women, that's not just women. So vitamin K2 has been shown to slow and retard that process, keep your bones healthier, help your workouts be more effective, keep that collagen production going, and that elastin in shape. Another big bonus to having vitamin K2 bioavailable in your body is that it helps prevent varicose veins. And I get so many requests on what to do about varicose veins. Well, this is something you can do. Again, skin nutrition, skin health from the inside out. So now when it comes to how much vitamin K2 you really need, it does vary by individual. So again, it's really important to go get tested, talk to your doctor, especially if you're on medications, because vitamin K1 and 2 can alter some medications, especially blood thinners. The next one I'm going to talk about is going to be a bit of a surprise to some of you, and that's vitamin B12. Which we usually associate with energy, right? Getting a boost of energy. It's in a lot of energy drinks and supplementation. But vitamin B12 is extremely important to the process of cell reproduction in the body. And it is one of the most common deficiencies in people over 40. Shocking, right? For some of us, as we get older, there can be changes in the way we digest and process certain foods, which can lead to blocking of absorption of vitamin B12. So getting older is really the main factor as to why you would be deficient in vitamin B12. But other things can also be at play as we get older, like irritable bowel syndrome or ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease. Also common as many of us get older is a lot of people take heartburn medications, which also can block the absorption of vitamin B12. Now here's where a vitamin B12 deficiency might actually surprise you. It can lead to things like hyperpigmentation, darkening of age spots, nail discoloration and brittleness, changes in the growth of your hair, and even some hair loss. And here's the one that's most common: dry, cracked lips, especially at the corner of the mouth. Vitamin B12 supplementation given to people who are actually deficient in it can actually improve these conditions in the course of a week to a month. If you feel like you have a vitamin B12 deficiency, again, it's good to go have your blood tested, talk to your doctor, because they can give you certain supplements that will work well for you, including nasal sprays that work very quickly. The bottom line is these 3 nutrients are absolutely necessary in preventing, slowing, and reversing the signs of aging in the body and the skin. The science is there. And to learn more ways on how to reverse and de-age your skin so you get your best skin ever, be sure and check out this video that's coming up next. It will help you out a ton. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. I love you, stay beautiful, and I'll see you over on that next video.